Hey guys, Miami here. Let's talk about reverb for a second. I've been noticing over the years that a lot of producers don't fully take advantage of what reverb can do to your mix. For one, they usually just slap reverb on a bus end and call it a day. They forget that reverb becomes almost like a new instrument in the mix that also needs to be processed. That's why I wanted to make this video and show you 5 ways you can process your reverb to get a more interesting and fitting sound in your mix. To start, let's set up our reverb, and for that, let's make a new track and call it reverb. Here, we're going to put JST Skybox on our reverb bus. Since this is a separate track, we're going to put the mix at 100. Now let's just send a copy of our vocals to this track. We're going to increase the send volume until we hear a good amount of reverb. Right away, you can hear this track sounding better, but we're going to make a few changes. First, let's try a few different reverb types. Light it up and burn it all to the ground. Paranoid, I'm gonna have to sell my soul. Tie it up and hope it don't make a sound. Chemicals are gonna make me lose control. This one sounds best to me. Next, let's mess with the decay knob, which controls the length of the reverb. Paranoid, I'm gonna have to sell my soul. Tie it up and hope it don't make a sound. The tone knob controls how much high end is in our reverb. Let's dial that in next. Paranoid, I'm gonna have to sell my soul. Tie it up and hope it don't make a sound. This part is supposed to feel kinda airy, so we're just gonna leave this up here. The pre-delay knob controls when our reverb hits compared to the original signal. I'm going to set the reverb to happen just a little bit after the dry vocal, and that's gonna make it sound cleaner. Chemicals are gonna make me lose control. Light it up and burn it all to the chemicals are gonna make me lose Chemicals are gonna make me lose control. Light it up and burn it all to the ground. That sounds great, and honestly, we can just leave it there and call it a day, but let's see what else we can do to give this some more depth and character. Our reverb sounds great, but it changes our vocal sound. It's sounding a little rolled off and boomy, so we're going to add an EQ after the reverb to get it to sit right. Since we know we're going to add more processing, I'm going to add the EQ at the end of my reverb chain. I'm going to make a small cut somewhere around here. That cleans things up a bit. Let's put some highs back into the take. I'm going to make a small boost with a high shelf EQ somewhere around here. You can play around with EQ to emphasize certain frequencies too. I like the reverb tone at 1K, so I'm going to make a small boost there. Paranoid, I'm gonna have to sell my soul. Tie it up and hope it don't make a sound. Chemicals are gonna make me lose control. Light it up. Great, this sits way better now and stands out more than it did before. Chorus offsets the pitch, giving a slight detuned sound. This can make a part feel a lot bigger. Let's see how we can achieve this effect in Skybox. This reverb actually has a built-in chorus setting. We're going to switch the mode in this second instance of Skybox from room to chorale and set the mix to 0. This means that none of the reverberated signal is passing through the plugin, and by adjusting the mod knob we can start to introduce a chorus tone. You can hear how the reverb gets thicker and has a ton of character. And that's it for level 3. Adding a stereo widener to your reverb can help clean up the center of your stereo field and help the reverb sit in its own space, which sounds awesome. Let's try JST side widener on our reverb track. We're going to start with the width at 0 and slowly increase it until we hear the sound get a little cleaner in the center, but not so far that it starts to sound weird. That's sick. The main vocal pops and the reverb sits on its own off to the sides, letting each part have its own identity in the mix. Now, this is already sounding insane, but just for fun, let's take it one step further. Adding an octave above your reverb tone can be a really cool effect for getting it to sound way more unique. This is commonly referred to as a shimmer effect, which we've included in Skybox. I'll show you how it sounds. To do this, I'm going to use the shimmer mode. Like before, the decay knob will control how long the pitch signal goes for, and the mix knob controls how much of that signal is added. I don't want the octave tone to distract from the rest of the track, so we're going to keep this one fairly short.
Gonna make me lose control.
Next, let's determine how much of this signal we want in our track.
Paranoid, I'm gonna have to sell my soul. Tie it up and hope it don't make a sound. Chemicals are gonna make me lose control.
Great. That adds a really cool tone to this reverb. I love how there's a sort of call and response with the original in the higher pitched processing. Let's go back and listen to all 5 of these levels and see which one sounds best.
Paranoid, I'm gonna have to sell my soul. 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 Paranoid, I'm gonna have to sell my soul.
I actually love the tone of level 3. And that's probably how I would use it on this song. Once you've set up these levels, you can mess around with different combinations like adding a stereo imager to level 2. I hope this video gave you some ideas of ways to make your reverb more interesting. If you have any tips of your own, I'd love to read them in the comments below and see what kind of stuff you guys do to reverb. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and drop a like. Until next time, happy mixing.